Join us in telling EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson to stand up for Pennsylvania communities affected by gas drilling, especially Dimock, Pennsylvania, who lost their water after fracking in 2009.
My neighbor's water was bright orange. They had samples of it sitting on their windowsill, and it was just shocking. Slimy orange water. That's when we really got alarmed. That's when the whole game changed.
In August of 2008, Cabot Oil and Gas began drilling operations using a new technology known as hydraulic fracturing or fracking in Dimock, Pennsylvania. Within the next month, local residents noticed something wrong with their water.
I'm so proud to be able to give voice to the millions of Americans, young and old, rich and poor, of every ethnicity, who demand clean air, clean water, and a clean place to live.
This is water that came out of my well. It changes from day to day. One day it could be a little bit clearer, other days it could be like coffee with milk in it.
A Gallup poll on environmental issues showed that at least 75% of Americans have a great deal or a fair amount of concern about pollution in rivers and lakes and drinking water. Earlier this year, USA Today reported that more than 60% of Americans believe the EPA needs to do more to hold polluters accountable and protect the air and water.
There's things like strontium in it, barium, 3 different types of uranium. It's not good. It's not good stuff that's in there. And
behind every one of those statistics are human stories that show the value Americans place on clean air, clean water, and clean land. Whether it's parents who want the assurance that their child is breathing safe air,
there's no reason why we should be going back on this water.
Or the person with a long-awaited dream of retiring to a home on a beautiful stretch of clean water. Those things are part of the American dream that we all share, and it's up to all of us to stand up for them.
Dimock's water is so toxic that the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection required Cabot Oil and Gas to deliver clean water for the past 3 years. In October 2011, the DEP entered into an agreement with Cabot allowing them to halt water deliveries to affected families despite a failure to make the water fit for human use and consumption.
It was a dirty deal, private deal between Cabot and the DEP. And somebody should be held accountable for that, and especially the DEP.
On November 30th, water deliveries stopped. People at Dimock have survived on water donations and out of pocket ever since. On January 5th, Dimock residents received word help was on the way. EPA Region 3 officials began calling their homes to tell them water deliveries would begin.
One of the things I'm most proud of and focused on is what we've done to expand the conversation on environmental justice. Their air is not clean, then my air is not clean. If they can't drink their water, you can't drink your water either. We need to listen to these communities.
I don't see how I can even go back on my well. It's not good for human consumption. Even the dogs we had, when we used the well water, and this is after a filtration system, they drank it, they threw up right away because we ran out of spring water. My wife gave it to them and they threw right up. So, I mean, if they threw up, what's it going to do to us? I don't want to put my family through that.
On January 7th, EPA broke their promise. Orders came from higher pay grades, and no water came.
These gas companies are here making millions of dollars, and the citizens are forced to live this way now.
I didn't dirty the water. Cabot did it. They should be held responsible.
Dimock residents are being forced to go back to using their water that contains benzene, uranium, toluene, ethylene glycol, barium, strontium, and hazardous levels of methane gas.
I need you to know that the standards that we set are under the Clean Air Act. I see my fracking friends down here. Thank you very much. It won't be
If they stop delivering water, that means we're gonna have to go back on our same contaminated well, which means I might get hives again, I might pass out in the shower, and I don't want to do that because I want to have babies someday, I want to be healthy, I don't want to have all contaminants in my body that shouldn't be there.